we live full-time in our RV and we only spend $320 a month on our campgrounds. And we've been doing that for 5 years, which is amazing. So we have saved so much money, especially being on the road for 5 years. Campgrounds can charge anywhere from $800 a month all the way up to like $4,000 a month. We could never afford that. I would never been able to afford living full-time if it weren't for our membership. We use Thousand Trails membership, and I'm going to try to explain it as best as possible because I feel like some people just don't understand how it works. I get a lot of comments that it's like a timeshare. And honestly, we don't have to leave our membership, which with timeshares you do. You can only come like 1 week a year. We travel from campground to campground for 21 days. And we go, so say I want to spend my winter in Florida. I'm going to go to Orlando. I'm going to be in Claremont. I'm going to go to, they have a lot of campgrounds around the Orlando area. I'm going to go down to the Keys and I'm going to stay at each of these campgrounds for 21 days and then go to the next one. My membership, I financed. That's why it is $320 a month. I'm paying my annual dues and I'm paying my monthly finance dues, which is $268. So technically it's $268 a month plus the annual dues, which makes it $320 a month. And I'm using that membership to book these campgrounds, and the campgrounds don't charge extra. The only ones that do charge extra are ones that are like destination locations, like the Florida Keys. You have to pay an extra $20 a night. Anywhere else, you really don't. They don't charge extra. Now, that's really cheap. Like, we're paying like $10 a night, basically, when the cheapest you can find now is like $50 a night. And so that's like unheard of. So you also have to know your expectations. What are you expecting out of your campgrounds? I knew paying that cheap, I wasn't going to have like top of the line resorts everywhere I went. But I will say the ones that we absolutely love and that we go to the most, they're like resorts. There are campgrounds all around the country that we love. They have activities for the kids, amenities, there's pool, hot tub, all the things you can imagine right there at these campgrounds. Let's do lashes. So with Thousand Trails, we have the adventure package. You can either buy it outright or you can finance it like we did, and ours will be paid off within the next couple of years. And basically, feels like we're staying at campgrounds for free right now because of how much we have saved. It's really cheap. We have friends who have bought outright and they literally don't have to pay anything. They just go campground to campground. You can have this passed down to your children and they can use it for their lifetime as well. So that's really an awesome perk to buying it. I also want to say, like, I'm not even partnered with Thousand Trails. I would love to be because they're literally one of the biggest brands I talk about and use the absolute most. Love Thousand Trails, but I only share it because we could not afford this lifestyle without it. Could not have afforded this. Like, campground prices are astronomical and life is expensive, and living life as a nomad, your income can be kind of unpredictable. So I really just needed this membership, and I want to share this with people who may want to find their community on the road and save money on the road. There are over 1 million Americans living full-time in an RV, and there are so many families who use this membership that our kids are never lonely. So when people ask us, like, how do you socialize? How do your... Oh my gosh. Be right back. Okay. I get asked all the time, like, how do your kids socialize living full-time in an RV? They must have no friends. They must be lonely. No. Thousand Trails. That is how my kids have met so many friends. I have met their parents. Like, my kids will bring friends home and be like, you got to meet their parents, because like that's our family rule. We like go to the fires and there's activities going on for the kids, and there's like always something to do. There's always kids in these parks because so many families are doing RV life and they want to save money, so they're using Thousand Trails. There's not many Thousand Trails out in the Midwest, I will say that, but we love to boondock out Midwest. And another membership we like to use to save money is Passport America. So if we're traveling from like New York and going straight down to Florida and we don't want to mess with like trying to find 1,000 trails, or there's not one in an area we like to go to, Passport America is really great for that. For like a few nights, you get 50% off your stay, and it's only $44 a year. So we do like Passport America too. I am an affiliate with them, and I have a code for, I think it's 3 free months. It's WILD3. So use that code if you do want to use Passport America. And then with Thousand Trails, I have that on my site too. contact form that goes to Sharon and Warren. Sharon and Warren are good friends of ours. I absolutely love them. They're amazing people, super down to earth. Honestly, probably the nicest people you will ever talk to. I just love them to death. And she will explain all the different memberships. Like, we have Adventure, which is the largest membership you can get, and she'll just explain all of it to you, help you pick the one that'll be best for your family. They're not the type of people who are going to try to tell you, you need the biggest one. But if she thinks you do, she'll tell you. Like, for us, we needed the biggest one because we want to travel from park to park. We don't want to have to be out at all. There are memberships that are cheaper, but you have to be out for like 7 days before you come back in. And I just didn't want that. I didn't want that headache. I wanted to have all my membership or all my bookings all lined up, and then I want to be able to go to each of them and be able to stay 21 days, and I want to go to Encore. And so Encore is a whole nother type of campgrounds that you can stay at. Those ones are the really nice resorty like ones, and I don't know, I love the Adventure. And if you're a full-time RVer, Adventure is probably the way to go, but if you can't afford it, there's other cheaper options. And she'll explain all those to you. She gets you the best discount right now. I believe today is the last day for 0% interest. So if you do finance it like we did, we had to pay interest, which is so annoying. I'm so sad that I didn't get it when they were doing this. But you won't have to pay any interest on your membership if you go and get your membership today. So that's something, like, obviously you're going to want to do that immediately if this is something you're thinking about doing, or if you're really close to RVing. You're going to want to book your campgrounds anyways, and if you have the Adventure, you can book 180 days out. But if you're like planning on being in Florida and you want to RV this winter, you need to go get your membership now if that's what you're planning on doing. But yeah, so that's how we save. That's how it's that cheap. It's not a timeshare. You can go from campground to campground, but there are like time limits, like 21 days at TTO, which is Thousand Trails Orlando, and then 21 days at Tropical Palms and Kissimmee. And you have to be flexible. That is something I will remind you. Some of the campgrounds are, you're going to show up and be like, this place needs an overhaul. They need to fix up some things. And that's absolutely accurate. And then sometimes you're going to get to campgrounds and be like, this is a resort. How did I only pay $300 to stay here for 21 days? That's impossible. Like, we get told all the time, there's no way you spend that little. And I will send, like, I've posted screenshots of my bill, my Thousand Trails bill. It is $268 for my membership, and then we pay our annual dues. So it all ends up being $320 a month. These campgrounds can be absolutely stunning. There's families, like, I just love our membership so much. That's why I talk about it. I have been talking about it since before we were content creators. Anytime someone would say, how do you afford RV living? I would literally tell them, go get a Thousand Trails membership. Like, if you tell them I sent you, obviously they do a referral bonus anywhere from $25, $75, but it's not, you don't have to. I literally want you guys to save money and be able to RV. And if you think you can't fit this into your budget, this is why I freaking share it, because I would not have been able to fit RV life into our budget. Feel free to ask me any questions you have about living full-time in an RV, our family, why we RV, whatever you want to know. I absolutely love answering questions and helping people out with this lifestyle. If you've met me in person, you absolutely know I love to do the community thing. So ask any questions you have about RV living. Hopefully this information kind of helped you guys out in deciding if this lifestyle would be affordable to you and if this is something you want to do. Stay wild. Oh yeah, one more thing. So if you are having a hard time booking, get in the chat or call them. People are canceling all the time. You can just keep doing it. Monday mornings are the best time to do that because people cancel over the weekends. And be flexible. If you're trying to go to a hot spot area that's a real tourist attraction like Orlando in December, that's going to be harder to get. So plan accordingly. Try to book it as soon as possible. And then always try to get in on a cancellation or be flexible and change your dates up a little bit. It's not like rocket science. We've been doing it for 5 years. I will answer any questions. I can even make a video showing you how we book and what that system looks like if you're interested on that. But let me know. And again, stay wild.